So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the social learning theory. It was created by Edwin Sutherland in 1939, and it is the idea that deviant behavior is learned through one's interactions with others. It was proposed around the same time that Merton proposed the strain theory. To be specific, the idea that Sutherland had was called differential association. It's an explanation of how the learning of deviance comes about. If an individual associates with people who hold deviant or criminal ideas more than that with people who embrace conventional ideas, they are more likely to become deviant. There are many interpretations of the theory originally created by Edwin Sutherland. One of them is the 1956 theory, differential identification, that was created by Daniel Glasser. He said it actually conveys a mechanistic image of deviance. Such an image shows the individual as being mechanically pushed into deviant involvement by an association with deviance. It ignores the individual's role-taking and choice-making ability. Glasser tries to correct this image by suggesting that the experience of associating with deviants is harmless unless the individual identifies with them. His theory may be taken to suggest that it's okay for us to associate with deviants in real life, or even in books, movies, or TV shows, as long as we don't take them so seriously and see them as heroes. He suggests that deviance is more likely to occur if differential identification intervenes between differential association and deviant behavior. According to Robert Burgess and Ronald Akers in 1966, Sutherland merely suggested that people with differential association must go through a learning process before they become deviant. In their opinion, Sutherland failed to specify what the learning process is, so they offered the idea of differential reinforcement to be the substance of the learning process that Sutherland missed. It is derived from a well-known theory in psychology known as the reinforcement theory. It says that we are motivated to continue behaving a certain way if we are being rewarded and will discontinue certain behavior if we are punished. When applied to deviant behavior, reinforcement theory says that people will continue to engage in deviant activities if they have been rewarded to do so. For example, a bank robber will continue to rob banks if he or she is making off with a lot of money or has been caught by authorities. The law of differential reinforcement, when applied to deviant behavior, explains that individuals will choose deviance over conventionality if they find deviance more satisfying. Now I'm going to be discussing how each of these theories is evaluated. It's difficult to determine exactly what differential association is in Sutherland's original theory in real-life scenarios. Sutherland even admits himself people usually can't identify the person from whom they learned deviant and anti-deviant ideas from. However, many sociologists have claimed their research data appears to support Sutherland's theory, but the catch is they have found supporting evidence for their own interpretations of his theory. Glasser's differential identification theory appears to have received some support from empirical evidence. It's been found that high school boys who hang out with others who identify themselves as delinquent are likely to become delinquent themselves, but there is no conclusive evidence that identification with delinquent friends causes delinquency. And to go off that note, this theory is usually tested on juveniles and others who are involved in criminal activities. Finally, Burgess and Akers' differential reinforcement cannot explain why a persona initially commits a deviant act. However, the theory is useful in explaining repeated deviance.